These days, everybody's got their hands full. Today we're going to visit a working mother of two, book author, and real housewife of New York, who happens to be an avid home cook. She's going to share her favorite go-to recipe that's both simple and gourmet. I'm Divya Gugnani here in Brooklyn, New York. So let's go behind the burner and meet the expert. So I'm here with Alex McCord. Alex, I see lots of Asian ingredients and some chicken. What are we making?
We are making wok chicken, and this is one of my favorite recipes that is quick and healthy and something that when Simon and I come home at 6 o'clock we can have on the table in 30 minutes or less. I would like you to chop the chicken into chunks that are bite-sized, please.
Okay, bite-sized. I can do that.
Yep.
Not hard for me.
The reason we're doing bite-size is that they will cook evenly. We want to make sure that they're all more or less the same size so that they cook evenly and we don't have any little raw bits. We don't like that.
We don't like raw bits. We want cooking evenly, and we also, for presentation, want it to look nice.
Exactly.
So now that I've chopped the chicken in bite-sized pieces, I'm going to hand it over to you for the marinade.
Let's get it in the bowl. And then I'm going to put the soy sauce and the sherry in and swish it around a little bit.
Love those flavors.
Okay, so we have soy sauce.
What kind of soy sauce do you like to use?
Sherry.
Do you go low sodium or regular?
You know, I go regular because usually when I cook with soy sauce, I don't use salt. So I like to go ahead and go.
So great tip is you can omit the salt if you're using soy sauce a lot of times because it has its own salt.
Absolutely. To mix this up, so we're going to get this completely covered in the marinade and just swish it around a little bit. I love to let it sit for 15 minutes if I can, but ultimately what I really do is I time it this way. The rice takes 15 minutes to cook, so I'll come in, I'll put this to marinate first, and then I'll start the rice, and by the time the rice is done, this is ready to go. This is a fast recipe, and when you just don't have that much time to concentrate on food, but you still want to eat well and healthfully, this is a great way to go. So let's jump in.
Yep. Okay, so I've got my oil here because that wok is nice and hot. Should I put my oil in?
Yes, let's put the oil in.
Get that in there. It's nice and sizzle going on.
Yeah. And wow, we are good to go. Okay, so we're gonna now put the garlic in.
So I noticed that you use chopped garlic.
Yes, this is one of my favorite shortcuts actually, because as a busy mom, one thing that I decided to let go of was chopping garlic, because I use garlic in everything. I buy organic pre-chopped garlic, and this way, you know, I'm using 4 tablespoons in this recipe, and that would take you a good 15 minutes to chop all that.
So you save time
and
effort, and you just go with the organic stuff so you feel like you're doing right.
Absolutely. This has been marinating for 15 minutes. We're going to put the chicken in.
In our sherry and soy.
Yeah.
Great combination for good flavors.
Thank you. And here we go. We're going to brown this. In just a minute, I am going to take this out and let it sit on a plate while we do the sauce. And what we're doing is we're leaving a little bit of the garlic and oil mixture in the wok. Some of it is coming out with the chicken, but some of it is here for the base of our sauce.
There you go.
So now, my dear, if you would give me the chicken stock first.
Chicken stock, throw it in?
Yep, throw it on in. Thank you.
There we go.
And we're going to put everything in. Basically, we're going to do the chili oil and the soy sauce. Organic peanut butter. Put in a little bit of cornstarch just to thicken it up. Part of what I love about this recipe is just how fast it is. And we're going to get the chicken covered in the sauce. You noticed we haven't used a lot of spices in this recipe, but we're now going to throw in some fresh basil leaves just as kind of the icing on the cake.
Nice big leaves.
Chunky leaves, actually not quite that many. There we go. That's good. We're going to swish it around just a little bit.
Okay.
And we're going to turn the heat off.
Oh, I love that. And I know why you're doing that, but tell me your secret as to why you turn the heat off when you add basil.
I like to add basil at the very end and turn the heat off and cover it so that the steaming action lets the flavor infuse with the rest of the recipe, but you also retain the color. So what I usually do is I will serve the rice out in kind of a donut and put the put the chicken or whatever it is that I'm making in the hole.
Perfect. So I'm going to give you some chicken to put in there. And I've got it right here. You gave me the nice hole.
There we go.
And I'm going to do this.
Ta-da! It is healthy, the basil is green, and it's going to taste great.
I'm dying to take a bite. Delicious. Chicken's very tender, and you get those really nice peanut flavors coming through.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it.
I really do, and this is so quick and easy. You can make it any time.
This is an opportunity to have a fresh home-cooked meal. I always say, you know, the things that I make on a weeknight at home for the family need to be executable in 30 minutes or less, and this fits the bill.
So it's healthy, delicious, and quick, which is exactly what we're looking for. So thanks so much, Alex, for having us.
You're welcome. Little Kids Big City is a book that Simon, my husband, and I wrote together. It's a chronicle of our experiences raising children in the city. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the downright disgusting. We started to write down all the crazy stories, the times when we wanted to high-five each other and the times that we wanted to light our hair on fire and run away screaming. So it's a little bit of a rant, it's sarcastic, it's funny, it's poignant, and I hope that people will read it and laugh and think, oh, I've been through that.
Stay tuned to Behind the Burner, where we give you the tips, tricks, and techniques that are lighting the culinary world on fire. For the recipe, Q&A, photos, and more, visit BehindTheBurner.com.